I want to show you something I made. This is the Young Dads Survival Playbook. 131 pages, 7 chapters, 5 bonuses. I wrote it because I needed it when I was 19. Nobody handed me a guide. I'm going to walk you through what's in it. Not because I'm trying to sell you it, because it's free. I'm walking you through it because there's a dad watching this right now who needs to know what's inside before he can decide whether it's worth picking up and reading. By the end of this video, you'll know if it's for you. If it is, the link to get the whole thing is in the description. If it isn't, fair enough. But at least you'll have heard the framework that got me through the hard times. Let's start with why this exists. The version of me who needed this was, I became a dad at 19. I was battling addiction at the time. The version of my life I'd imagined was nothing like the one I was living. For the first 18 months of being a dad, I had a running sentence in repeat in my head. This wasn't supposed to happen. That sentence ran underneath everything. When I was changing a nappy at 3 a.m, when my mates were posting nights out on Instagram, even when I looked at my daughter and felt something close to love. The sentence was there, quietly poisoning every moment. By the time I'd won full custody of my daughter at 21 and rebuilt my life from the floor up, I had a framework in my head. The thing nobody handed me at 19. This playbook is that framework, written down for the dad sitting where I was sitting. If you're a young dad, a new dad, or even a single dad, if you're in any version of the place I was in, the rest of this video is for you. The book is structured as a 7-chapter survival system. 1 chapter a week, designed to be worked through, not read. So chapter 1 is stop the bleeding, the first 7 days out of crisis mode. Chapter 2, the mindset reset, stop being a passenger to your own life. Chapter 3 is survive 12 months, the practical stuff nobody tells young dads. Chapter 4 is handle the hard stuff, the emotional landmines nobody warned you about. Chapter 5, build brotherhood, how to stop doing this alone. Chapter 6 is build a life, the man underneath the dad. And then chapter 7 is becoming cycle breaking, the comeback, the long game. Plus the bonuses, which there's 5 of, tools which is sat at the back of this book. The 3 a.m. kit for when you can't sleep, co-parent scripts for when she sends a message, the skint dad's kit list, the lonely evening playbook, and 30 lines for when you forget who you are. I'm going to take you into chapter 1 and one of the bonuses properly, because if you can see how those 2 sections work, you'll know exactly what the rest looks like. Chapter 1 is the chapter you start with. Doesn't matter where you are in the journey, new dad, single dad, dad in court, daddy became a dad 8 years ago and he's only just admitting he's not okay. You start here. Because before you fix your situation, you've got to fix your nervous system. And almost nobody talks about that. What's actually in it? So chapter 1 has 5 tools. I'm going to name them, not read them. If they sound something you need, the book is free in the description. 1. 3 numbers in your phone, saved tonight. Samaritans, your GP, one trusted person in your life. So when you crash at 3 a.m, the decision of who to call is already made. Number 2 is a 5-minute reset technique for moments when your nervous system is about to take over. You don't need a therapy degree to use it. You need to have read it once before you need it. 3. The no big decisions promise. The hardest part of a crisis isn't the crisis. It's the irreversible decisions you make while you're in it. This is the rule you sign for yourself today, so you don't burn your life down at 2 a.m. 4. Naming your numbing tool. Whatever the thing is you reach for when it gets too much. Alcohol, weed, scrolling, gaming, food, sex. Name it on paper. Most dads can't say it out loud yet. Writing it is the first step. Number 5 is a 5-minute slot in your calendar that's yours. This week, not for the kid, not for work, not for her. Yours. Most young dads haven't had 30 minutes that belong to them in months. At the end of the chapter, there's a checklist, 5 boxes. The rule is you don't move on to chapter 2 until at least 4 of them are ticked. That's the difference between this book and most fatherhood content. It's not designed to be read, it's designed to be done. The 3 AM kit is the section that demonstrates the depth and specific dad experience this book understands. Slow down. This is the bonus I get more messages about than anything else in the book. It's called the 3 AM kit. Because 3 AM is different from any other hour of the day, different from how your brain works in daylight, different from how the world feels when there are people awake to share it with. 3 AM is when young dads break, not dramatically, quietly. The slow erosion of sanity that happens when you're awake for the 4th time this week. The baby's screaming, your partner's asleep or absent, and your brain picks that exact moment to audit every way you're failing. What I love about this section, and this is the bit that makes dads message me, is that the book explains why 3 AM is generally different at a biological level. Your cortisol is elevated, your blood sugar is low, your prefrontal cortex, the part that does perspective and judgment, is running at about 40%. Your amygdala, the part that does fear and panic, is running at full power. You are literally a different person at 3 AM than you are at 10 AM. Which means the rule at 3 AM isn't try to think your way out. The rule is don't think, manage your body and your environment until daylight. That's the whole shift. Here's one of the actions from this section. I'm going to give you the whole thing. Get an index card or cut a piece of card the size of a beer mat. 5 minutes to make. Write 3 lines on it. The exact 3 lines are in the book. I'm not going to read them out because the value is in actually opening it and writing it down in your own writing. That matters. What I'll tell you is what the card is for. You put it on your bedside table. When you wake up at 3 AM and the spiral starts, you don't try to fight your thoughts. You don't reach for your phone. You pick up the card, you read the 3 lines. When you do one of 3 physical actions, also on the card, it interprets the spiral before it has the chance to land. Every dad I've given this to who actually made the card, it's worked. Every dad I've given this to who didn't make the card, doesn't matter how many times I explain it. You've got to make the card tonight before you sleep. So what else is inside the playbook? So chapter 2 is about the sentences running in your head. This wasn't supposed to happen. Yours might be different. Whatever it is, the chapter teaches you how to find it, name it, and stop letting it run the show. Chapter 3 is a practical chapter. Money, time, sleep. The first 12 months of survival logistic nobody tells young dads about. If you're skin and stress, you go to this chapter. Chapter 4 is the chapter most dads avoid the longest. The emotional landmines, the guilt, the shame, the anger you don't want to name. This is the chapter that takes the most work and gives the most back. Chapter 5 is the one I'm the most proud of. The thing that keeps young dads stuck longer than anything else isn't the situation, it's the isolation. This chapter is the bridge out of doing it alone. Chapter 6 is the man underneath the dad. The thing you can't get to until the bleeding is stopped and the head is sorted. But you have to get there eventually. You're not just a dad. You're a man building a life that has your kid in it. Not a life that's entirely defined by them. Chapter 7 I'm not going to talk about much because the whole book leads to it. And if I unpack it here, I'll spoil it. What I'll tell you is the chapter title. Becoming, cycle breaking, the comeback, the long game. That's what it's about. And the other 4 bonuses, co-parent scripts, actual word for word messages you can send when she sends a message that's going to wind you up. The Skint Dad's kit list, what to buy when you've got nothing. The Lonely Evening Playbook, the Sundays at 6 PM when she's gone back to her mom's hits different. And the 30 lines, short hard truth lines for when you can't read a whole chapter, but you need something now. This is for you if you're a young dad and you weren't ready, a new dad and you're hiding how heavy it feels. You're a single dad doing it alone and exhausted. You're a dad in custody or fighting for access. You're any version of a dad who's reading this and recognising himself. If any of this is you, this book is for you. Links in the description. It's free, genuinely free. Not put your card details in. It is free. This isn't for you if you're looking for parenting tips on routines, sleep training, or behaviour management, or you're looking for a religious or political framework on fatherhood, or you're looking for someone to tell you what your ex is doing wrong. You're after a quick read. It's 131 pages. It's designed to be worked through. If you wanted any of those things, this isn't your book. That's fine. There's plenty of other books on fatherhood out there and content for that. This book is for the dad in survival mode who needs a framework, not a quick win. So here's how this works. The book lives inside the Father's Brotherhood. The Brotherhood is a free community I built for dads in every stage of this. You join the hub, you get the playbook in the classroom section, plus access to a room of other dads who are working through it too. The link is down in the description. One click, free to join. Free to leave if it's not for you. What I'd ask is this. If you watch this whole video, go and get the book today. Not next week, today. Because what I know is the daddy who waits a week to download a free book is the dad who never opens it and reads it. And the version of you watching this right now is the one who got to the end of this video. That's the version who's ready. If you got something out of this video, share it. Send it to a dad in your life who'd recognise himself in any of what I just described. He won't ask for you for help. He won't tell you he's struggling, but he'll watch this if you send it. And he might just download the book. That's how the Brotherhood is actually gets built. One passed on link at a time. Just remember, you aren't in this alone.